Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me today. Today I wanted to share with you some of my crafting must-haves. Now I've done my craft room, I am a lot more organised, and I just wanted to show you the kind of things I have handy in my drawers beside me that I use a lot of the time. Obviously I'm into junk journals and vintage things at the minute, so some of those things might be geared towards that, but some are just general craft items that are must-haves that I have to have handy, and I thought I would share with you my most used and favourite things. So as you all know, I've got like 10 sets of 10 drawers beside 5 either side of me, and on my right hand side this way are my go-tos, my go-to drawers. So I'm going to go through some of the things that I have in my drawer. And obviously this is a must-have. Mr. Charlie Asbo, Naughty Little Monkey, is probably #1 on my list. We cannot craft without him. So you all need to get yourself a little funky, crafty Charlie cat, just like my naughty Charlie Asbo, who loves his space. Now let me show you. This is him, has just flopped on the table and wants to craft with mummy. Your timing is impeccable, by the way. I have been up here. Now, what's really weird is I've actually been up here for about an hour in my craft room, pottering around, and he's nowhere to be seen. The second I start talking, he comes up because he wants to see what's going on, or he knows. I don't know how he knows. And I just wanted to say to you, ever since I've done my craft room and got my new desk, he is not being so naughty. He's nice and calm. He doesn't bite very often. You're being a good boy now, aren't you? So I think actually the turmoil of my old craft room was getting to him. Now, except he does have to headbutt my phone, because the thing that holds my phone goes up and over my table and it's not very high. So he bumps into it all the time. Right, now he's moved. Let me go to one of my drawers. Now, this is like a drawer organizer that's in one of the drawers, and let me show you what's in here. So of course we all have to have scissors. My go-to scissors are my fabric scissors. I have old scissors, and I have snip scissors, and then one of my favorite things are these fancy edge scissors, and these are the Victorian ones, and I use this one quite a lot. You know, if I don't want to get the cutting board out, these are really handy. And I've also got a scalloped one as well, which is in there because I use that one quite a lot. I've also got my pinking shears in case I need those, and I've got a spare other scissors as well. Let's have a look. Right, I always keep a couple of bone folders, scoring tools in there, a pair of pliers because you never know when you're going to need pliers. This is a little distress tool which actually I haven't used very much, but I've put it in there because I want to start using it to see how good it is. Let's have a look. Actually, I've been making some Edith Holden tags, and let's have a look and see if this is any good for roughing up the edge of this tag, making it look, oh, it is quite good actually. So I might use this a bit more often. A bit more often, is that not very good grammar, is it? More often. I might use this more often. There you go, look, it's made that all raggedy. Right, so that's in there because I've never used it because I could never find it. This will make you laugh. I have this. It's not a pen. It looks like a pen, but actually it's not. It's got all little screwdriver bits in here. Like if I want to do my sewing machine, change my things and etc. or whenever you need a screwdriver. So I do keep that in here. Not that this is very crafting related, but one never knows when one needs a screwdriver. Always keep a little ruler, and I have big rulers which we'll get to in a minute. Let's have a look. Right, I have a another scoring tool, but it's one that you use if you're making flowers and you need to curl the leaves, the petals. I also have a water brush tool just in case I do some blending. A pickup tool, some tweezers. Stop it, you little monkey. I also have these glue spreaders, which I've got recently, so I've put them in there. A pencil sharpener, because you never know when one's going to need a pencil sharpener. A pencil and a pen, so they're in there. Right, so let's put all these scissors and Ujima flips back in here, and then we'll go to the other compartment. I've just gone and messed up all my drawer, but we'll put all these back nice and neatly, or we'll try. Right, let's put those in there, those in there, and those in there. Right, now glues. I always have a couple of Fabri-Tacs, and in my other drawer I do have other glues, but this is my mostly go-to drawer, which is Fabri-Tac. I also have a couple of glue sticks. So we have 2 glue sticks, a little one and a big one. Oh, we'll go back to something in a minute. And then I do have some just clear craft glue and these glue pens, which actually are quite good when you're, you know, gluing on embellishments. These glue pens are quite good. And I also have a tape roller. So those are my more adhesive type things. So let's put those back in there. I also have a glue eraser, which I use a lot, and a pokey tool. You have to have a pokey tool. And then I've also got some thin double-sided, the strong red double-sided tape, and just a regular double-sided tape, because I do use double-sided tape every now and then. And then I have my corner rounder, because I use this a lot. Let's have a look. Then I do have some rulers. Now I don't need all of these rulers in here because I don't use these all the time, but I do use them. Let me just put that back. Right, let me just show you the rulers. So I've got my big ruler, which I do use a lot, and it has got a metal edge on it, so that's really good, so you don't cut your ruler. So that one I use a lot. This flexible green one I use a lot. And then I've got these ripping rulers that have these lovely nice edges, and this is the one that I use a lot, but there's a couple of different ones which I've not actually really used. Those ones I tend to use this one the most, and then these ones. So they're my rulers, and they go in the side. And then I've got another little container which has my crocodile and my teeny tiny stapler, which these get used a lot. So that's one of my drawers. Let's put that back in there. Right, now my other go-to drawer has these little buckets in, and this has my distress inks and my distress tools, so I have a couple of those. I also have an old Costa card which is cut as a template for a corner for when you do tags, so that one gets used a lot, and that's really handy to have, because when you make your tags you just put it on the edge there, and then you cut your edge of your tag. So that's the size I sort of use the most if I'm making my own tags. So this is a really handy way of doing it. And then I've also got a little bucket in here with my excuse me, ring enforcers, some that are already distressed, so those get used quite a lot. And then I have a couple of these tacky glues. I do use these sometimes. If I don't want to use my Fabri-Tac or I'm running low, I will use the tacky glues, but most of the time I use the Fabri-Tac. Right, so that's that drawer. That one is empty. Let's have a look. Oh, I also have my ribbon, my bow guide, so that if you're making bows, this is really cute little tool to use, so I have that handy as well. That's a really cool thing to have on hand as well. And the other things I have in my drawer is, if I can get it, I always have a glue book. So a glue book is just an old book that if you're gluing things, especially the glue stick, you can just put your project on here, glue it, and then you just rip out the pages, or look, I don't rip the pages out, I'm terrible. So then what you do, you just rip the pages out, and then you've got more pages to use when you're doing your projects, and it saves getting glue on your table. So this is something I always have at hand. And baby wipes, always handy to have baby wipes, isn't it, Charles? Because we get sticky hands, don't we? We get sticky hands. So baby wipes are in there. And then I also have a couple of go-to books which are quite aged, and I use these, especially this one. I absolutely love this book. I picked this up in my charity shop, and I don't know the book about the book, but it's very old and aged and lovely coloured. So if I just want the backing for something, or I need a book page for something, I always have a handy couple of books so I can have some book pages at hand. So this is a really good thing to have in your drawer, especially if you're doing vintage projects. Let's have a look. What have we got in my other drawer? Right, okay, so, oh gosh, yeah, one of my newest favourite things is my label maker, my tag maker. Now, I do also use my other label maker. It's a thermal printer, which I keep meaning to do a video on it, and I keep forgetting. So if I'm doing bigger tags, I use my Paperang P2, but if I'm doing just little tags, I use this. So this has become one of my bestest friends recently when I've been labeling things. Okay, and then in this little container next to me as well, I always have this foam board thing, because I use this when I'm sewing my signatures. I also have archival ink at hand, and an ink pad when you're doing your stamping. So this is a stamping tool that you just put your stamp on and you use it and you press it. Haven't actually used it yet. I've got a bigger one, and this is a smaller one which I've bought recently, but I haven't actually used it yet. So we will try that out very soon. Archival ink, always handy to have. That's in that drawer. And then my other drawers are empty. So that's what's in my drawers at hand, and I just wanted to share that with you. I also at hand have my cutting boards. Let me just show you. I have this X-cut guillotine, which is probably my favourite actually, because you don't have to keep buying new blades. So I have that at hand. But at the car boot recently, I picked this up. It's called a Kit and Caboodle, and it has, I think, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different cutting blades. And look, this is one of them. It's like a raggedy edge, and you can change them, and all the edges are different. So you can score, you've got a straight one, you've got perforated, scalloped, wavy, you've got all different blades, which it's really quite handy. The only thing is, it's not as accurate when you're trying to cut the measurements. So yeah, it's alright if you don't mind it not being exact, but I quite like it. I've been using it quite a lot. So I just wanted to share that with you. I thought you might be interested to see some of the things that I use on a regular basis, and things that are at hand in my drawers. Isn't that right, Charlie? So I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we're gonna have a little tummy tickle before we go and have a coffee, aren't we, Charles? What little massage? Shall we give you a little cat massage? There you go. He likes his little massages, and we do this every other day, or every day actually. Has a little, you want a little massage? You want a little head scrub? Oh, it's very good. That is all. Do you like that? Do you like that? He likes his face. He likes a face massage, don't you? And a little head massage. Look at him. Do you like that? Is that nice? Do you want me to do it some more? Shall we tickle your tummy? Oh, shall we give you a massage? There you go. Oh, it's the head one he likes the most, isn't it? You love the head massage and the neck massage. Oh, you like a little head scratch. Oh, he's so lovely. As you can see, he's so much more chilled out. He is so funny. You are funny. You're a funny boy. Oh, I think that's it. He's had enough. Right, I'm going to go get coffee, and I shall see you all very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.